VC. Hey, wait, hey, don't change the channel. This is not going to be Hawaiian music today.
Hello, vinyl community. I'm back again with another VCLT video. This package comes from one of our elder statesmen, and I admire a lot of people in the vinyl community, but I admire this gentleman the most, and that is this guy right here, Richard Riley. It just goes to show that you're never too old to seek out new music, and look to folks that are much younger than him for recommendations. I mean, I maybe it's an age thing on my part, and I'm far younger in a lot of regards. I'm a young pup. But I've gotten to a certain age where I've started to tune out some music from younger people, mainly mainstream pop. But Richard is basically teaching us kind of a lesson that, hey, don't totally close your mind to certain aspects of music, and I think what he's doing is commendable. And my hope is that when I get to his age, I can still have the same level of vigor when it comes to seeking out new music and music that I may have passed on even in this current age. But he sent me this wonderful box in an acoustic sounds box, which, if you don't know acoustic sounds, their packaging is just phenomenal. They protect the edges very well. So he gave me some inkling as to what is in this box, so I'm going to open it up for the rest of you. Now, if it is how he explained it, he has definitely spoiled me. He's definitely spoiled me, because this is not a cheap record by any means. And here it is, and it is Lynn Stanley, and this is direct-to-disc recorded. Richard just recently did a video on the making of this particular album here, and as you can see, it's pressed at RTI. She personally signed each one of these, and they're limited to 2,000 copies. Now, I personally do not own anything by Lynn Stanley at all. I'd always been curious. At first I kind of wrote her off, and I think wrongly so. I did catch a interview that she did with Michael Fremer, and I gained a little more respect for her. So I'm very curious to hear what this sounds like. It is vocal jazz. And I do like vocal jazz, so just like I've done with recent VCLT packages, I'm going to spend a little bit of time with Miss Stanley, and hopefully give you guys a little bit of a sampling of her music and tell you what I think. So catch you in a couple of weeks, and thank you, Richard. And I'm sure I'm going to repeat this thank you when I get to the second part of this video, but here we go. Okay, I'm back. I've had a couple weeks with this, and all I can say is it's just fantastic. This is how albums should be recorded. I mean, the key to having a really good record starts in the recording studio, and you can tell that, you know, she assembled a nice line of players. The pianist is just fantastic. The horn players are fantastic, and you know, just the ambience is captured. The other element that I liked about this was these were not straight up renditions from the American Songbook. These were new twists to it. So like My Funny Valentine, so just to give you a sample.
Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart?
This is different from other versions of My Funny Valentine, and I like that she took a lot of these tunes and made it her own. Yeah, a lot of them, you know, are familiar. So I'm a big fan of like Girl Talk, and then you got Crazy, which was a Willie Nelson tune, made famous by Patsy Cline, of course. This is really good. Now I understand it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but just to have the experience, the three-dimensional experience of, you know, feeling like you're in with the band is just incredible. And the one-step process that you know, MoFi really brought back into vogue. I mean, it's been used before, but you know, this really shines through. And you know, Bernie Grunman's mastering is just fantastic. So you know, here's a couple more samples for you, just so you can get a feel for what it's like.
Inconsequential things that men don't really care to know become essential things that women find so apropos. But that's a dame, they're all the same. It's just a game, they call it girl talk. Slowly, let me love you till the last. The love we shared for oh so long.
Again, it may not be everyone's cup of tea. I mean, vocal jazz is for kind of a certain audience, but Richard, thank you very much. This was a fantastic present. I'm hoping that I can repay you somehow, but thank you for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this.
In the last video, I showed some Barbra Streisand, and if I had any street cred, I might have ruined it, so I thought I'd do a video today to try to get a little bit of it back. Of course, I like Barbra Streisand. She's one of the best American singers ever.